Hello everyone and welcome to a fantastic episode of Epic Haunts. If you're wondering why you're hearing my voice first and not Phil, Phil's having a nightmare, literally. So I'm taking over the reins because he's useless. I can't do this show alone. I've got to have my two fantastic companions with me. I've got the wonderful Gaz. How you doing, mate?
Not bad, pal, not bad. Thanks for introducing me there. My favourite Boltonian, Simon.
There you go. And the nightmare himself, Phil. How's it going, mate?
Whatever.
So if you're probably wondering, a few technical issues, so I'm going to take the reins on this one.
A few.
Yeah. Won't go into details. We won't bore you with all that. We went through that about 10 minutes ago, but we're not doing that. So what I will do, I'll just give you a quick rundown of some UK haunts that have released tickets. You've got one in Great Yarmouth, Pleasure Beach. Phil's not got any information. I'll just send him a screenshot, and the links will be in the description. It's just that Great Yarmouth, Pleasure Beach have released their tickets for Fairground Fright for this year, I think. They've got 5 nights on from Wednesday the 26th of October to Sunday the 30th, and with a firework display. So the link will be in for that. Doncaster Fear Factory, which is one up in the northeast. Their tickets are now available for their event. The link will be in the description. Go and follow it and find it. And the other one I've found out that tickets have been released today is a big one. It's Screamfest in Burton upon Avon, I think it is. Yeah, their tickets have just gone on sale as well. So if you want to go to some UK events, there's a few, actually from the top to the bottom of the UK. But you're interested in the UK ones? Let's move over to the US ones. Does anyone know what happened last week with an announcement from Halloween Horror Nights?
The BlumHouse houses were released.
Yeah. BlumHouse House. I love that. No.
Yeah, one house which you said to me is a culmination of 2 films, isn't it? Is that what you said to me, Phil?
Yes, and I've got the screen working properly this time.
Oh, well done, Phil.
We're doing
the Phil. Well done.
Yeah. So they've released the Horrors of BlumHouse at Halloween Horror Nights. It's at both coasts as well, I believe. So this is a joint one again for the 3rd one, I think they've released that are all joint. So I'll just quickly read the spiel because Phil loves this bit because he loves me messing it up. The Horrors of BlumHouse. Step inside a double feature of BlumHouse horror. Your Scream Squad, I can't believe they're using words again, will find yourself trapped between a frantic teen and a ruthless serial killer. She swaps bodies within Freaky. And I call it Freaky Friday because literally it's just a rip-off of Freaky Friday, but with serial killers. Then you'll try to make a desperate escape from the dark basement of the Grabber before you become his latest victim in the terrifying Black Phone. I haven't seen the Black Phone. I've heard good rumours about it, but I'll just quickly hand this over to Phil because Phil has actually seen this film.
I have, and I'm telling you now personally, I've seen both films. Freaky is a kids' teeny popper Halloween film at its best, with some adult murders, but the rest of it's a teeny pop Halloween movie. Freaky is not in the sense a sort of movie you would think. It's more psychological, actually. There's stuff like ghosts and that in it, not much. A lot of it's in the basement. And here's a little thing for you both. Not Freaky. The Black Phone and Halloween 1 are both set in the same year, I think, in 78.
Freaky.
So you did set
Freaky, no. The Black Phone is set in 1978. It's set in 1978 as well. So that was the year of people getting murdered quite constantly.
So you did set as a task, didn't this weekend, to watch Halloween, and I've not actually watched it, the original one, yet. But it's funny because you actually did watch it, didn't you, the day before Phil said we should all watch it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but to be honest, guys, you won't miss much.
No.
No, it was iconic at the time. I'll say
when you
that.
watch it now, how do you feel? Do you think it is just very, very dated?
It's very dated.
The murders ain't even that scary.
No, there's a couple of one where it's a bit not grotesque, but he physically uses his hands on a few of them. And you only see the knife on the third or fourth one. Well, actually, the first one is him killing his sister, but when he's a child, so that one's all right. And I
still do want to watch it. I'll be honest with you, it's something I still.
And for a lot of people, it was the first time they saw boobs on TV or in a film. So
yes, well, yeah, that won't be in the house. I guarantee it.
No, well, you never know. It is Orlando.
I could do it.
Oh God, yeah,
you want to be scared, don't you?
Oh, scared, not scarred. Yeah.
Very well done. Very well done. So, it can't be it, but neither of them. I've heard some people think possibly this could have had two houses. It can't. They have to be together. There's not enough murders in both of them to really get anything going on.
I will say that there's a lot of set pieces you can use from Freaky, especially that end scene. If you've not actually it's just coming with a chainsaw, isn't it? So you don't actually see it, you just see the aftermath. So,
I think the problem with the Black Phone, a lot of it's in the cellar. Different times with different things. I'm not going to tell everyone yet. I'm going to be talking about the movie later on when we talk about movies properly, and that's when there'll be spoilers. But they're going to have to do different scenes possibly in the cellar, what makes it a bit more confusing.
Well, they have done The Exorcist, which was all down to one house. It was more or less in one room, just different stages of the room. So they've done it before, and they pulled it off. Happy Death Day, they pulled it off with that as well, didn't they, in the BlumHouse, because that was the same house.
I actually like that film.
It slowly grows on you, but so that's really it for big announcements. But we did get an update from our good friends at HHN Nightmares. He dropped the spec map version 3.
He did.
I haven't got a copy of it up, but I'll quickly find one. I haven't got it anywhere. That very well timed, that, Simon. But if Phil can find one, we can find one.
Just keep on. If you just, everyone. I'm trying to go through Twitter.
Well, they did drop a new spec map. There is some major changes. All the scare zones are on there, and the 2 shows are now on there. So then there's some major changes when it comes to the actual locations as well. I haven't got my phone on me, so.
Oh my God, I can't find it.
Honestly, what is going on today, Phil?
You, Phil. What? Who are they again? Who does it, Simon? Give them a shout out.
HHN Nightmares. HHN Nightmares, not HHN Nightmares.
HN. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? Considering I've done their thing as well, the spec map on its own. The what's it called one? You know what I mean, Simon? The stay at home spec map. No one's helping me today. Everyone's really. I'll tell you what, if anybody's still listening, congratulations, I've got to say, for listening to this absolute nightmare.
Yeah, well,
I've got it. I've got it on. Don't worry, it's coming up any second now. If you're watching it on YouTube,
I've got it up on my own anyway now. So anyway, we'll quickly run through each individual one. Let me just reduce that because
I'm so bad.
Oh yeah, you are. There it is.
This is a true nightmare.
So, if you're looking at this now, what you are probably noticing straight away, Stranger Things is now not on this map. We won't go into major details, but it does look like the rumours of the Netflix deal has fallen through. So, unfortunately, we have no Netflix property on this spec map. But in its place in Block A, which is a new location for some, it was where American Horror Story was a few years ago. We've just got Witch, which is an original. And it could mean anything, that one. It could actually it could be the Wicked Witch of the West. It could be
Wizard of
Witches.
Oz.
To be honest, there is actually a Netflix one called The Witches as well. So,
mate, there's loads of films. Isn't there a film like The Conjuring? Not Conjuring, what's they called? Them 4 witch girls from school. I can't remember.
Craft.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
And if Netflix hasn't died off, you still got Fear Street, you've still got Sabrina.
Yeah.
It could be anything, as you can say, it just could be one of their own. Who knows? We're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah. Well, with that house being where it's located at the moment, it is leading straight into a traditional Halloween scare zone, which, to me, when I saw that witches, I personally thought of the Scurvy Tales one that I first went to in Halloween Horror Nights 18. We walked in and you had the Wicked Witch on a tower shouting abuse at you. And I thought that was the best scare zone I ever walked into. The first ever one. And it blew my mind that there were this woman was randomly walking around and shouting at people. But we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. If we're moving further on into the park, where one of the sound stages will be used, where the stage is, we have the Evil Dead. But the thing is with the Evil Dead, the rumor is this one is being replaced quite quickly as well.
Oh wow!
So it was the rumors going around on the Twitterverse were it was the Evil Dead Rises, and they've switched it to the original Evil Dead, and it's all gone tits up really, and they've lost it.
Sounds like this podcast.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the next one, which this one is 100% confirmed. I can't remember if they actually confirmed where it was, because there is one house that we know where it's going to be. Halloween is going in at the Jimmy Fallon queue. So we know that's definitely coming. So there, another one in D, El Chupacabra. I hate saying that one.
Chupacabra.
El Chupacabra has been on every single spec map, so that looks possibly like it's going to be there, and that's up in the New York area. Then you've got Dead Man's Wharf, an original, in the other part next to the cheap tribute store in the New York area. And with all that, you have a scare zone called Candy Mutants.
It's not as good as my original idea, Cheerios zombies or mutants.
Well, it might be very similar. And then as you move around into what we now believe to be this, let me just put that there.
Fast and Furious area.
Yeah, the Fast and Furious house, because there is no construction work over towards the Men in Black thing, and usually that's always up by now. That's where the horrors of BlumHouse with the Black Phone and Freaky.
Don't you think it'd sound more scary if it was called the Horror of BlumHouse with a black phone and it's very freaky?
Yeah, it could be. So that is going in the Fast and Furious tent, and if you carry on there, then you'll have your next scare zone, which is usually the best scare zone of them all. Treats and Foons, and if you're wondering what, I haven't said that wrong. It is a thing on Freaks and Toons. It was an original scare zone back in 2000.
That sounds awesome.
Well, they're not going to be able to do it the same, because that Treats and Foons scare zone was a massive phone party.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, Phil's face says it all. But I don't think they're going to do that.
We've all done them when we were younger.
Yeah, well, they're not going to do that exactly. But like I said, take these scare zones as a pinch of salt, because it's just what rumours are when it comes to this. And then you carry on around the park, you'll get to the second stage where Bill and Ted usually is. They've got Nightmare Fuel coming back, which we didn't get to see it last year, so that'll be good to actually watch. Then
do any of you guys actually watch this? I've never watched. I didn't watch the shows last time. When do you guys watch?
Mate, was you there when Bill and Ted was there?
No. I don't think it was. No,
he would have been when it was that dance band that no one mentions anymore.
Yeah,
we're not allowed to say anymore because they got in a lot of trouble with the law.
Yeah. But do you guys watch the shows when you go? I've never watched them.
I watch it once and then every other night.
No.
I would always say watch it at least once. If you don't like it, don't go again.
Saying that,
same with the houses.
I will watch the other show many times.
Yeah. Well, we'll get round to that one in a minute. Then you've got two houses at the very back of the park, which one's usually a parade building and a soundstage. One's a tent, and one of the parade buildings, G and H. You've got Bug House, which a lot of people are freaking out about.
Yes, I want this.
And then you've got currently, this is my top of my hype list, if it does come, is Seeds of Extinction 2, because I love that first one. I thought it was absolutely, pun intended, epic.
Ooh.
So, yeah. And if you carry on back round, go into the kids area, you've got the last two houses, which one of them is confirmed to be in the old parade building. I think they said at Spooky Empire. It's the Universal Monsters Legends Collide. The rumor is it's going to be the biggest house ever. So I think Jack Presents 25 Years of Monster and Mayhem was 10 or 11 rooms. So this one's supposed to be bigger than that. So we shall wait and see. And then the final house on the spec map is The Weekend, which, to be true, if it is going to be coming, why have Universal not announced it yet? He announced it 2.5 months ago. I just don't.
Maybe it's another Billie Eilish, mate. The loads are falling down and it's all going to go wrong.
Maybe. Got a couple more little bits left in Central Park area. You're going to have this scare zone that was on the last spec map, which is Scarecrow, which is
that's going to be awesome.
Yes, it's a scare zone. It's a house that's going into a scare zone. So the house was in 29, 8. I can't remember. It's one of them, 27 or 28. 27. What that was, 27. And then over in Hollywood, we're going to have just generic vampires.
Should be Terminator.
Well, that's your spec map.
Yeah, mine's better.
And then the final show, which we're all hoping is better than the last one,
but as good as the first one.
Yeah, Marathon and Mayhem, and that was a great show the first time. It was okay the second, but this hopefully they get back to their old ways of doing them shows that just blow your mind. I've got a video on my YouTube channel, which I don't usually do it on here, but I do have the full video of this Marathon and Mayhem, and all I can see in it is a guy bopping his head all the way through it. It's quite funny. Once you see him, you can't take your eyes off him. Even it's funny. So
I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check that out. So.
Yeah. It's full length. It's been copyright claimed.
Your channel, Simon and Julie.
Yeah, it's on there. So
right. I'm going to check that out later, I think.
Simon and Julie vlogs when they feel like it should be called.
Yeah. Well, I just set the channel up and put stuff up when I can be bothered.
Sounds like the Incredible Wilsons lately.
You are cheeky. We do one video every week nearly.
Well, I'll tell you what. Do you want to quickly go over to Hollywood, or you're not bothered?
I don't even know if it's on here, so I can't be bothered to look for it.
Well, the thing is, Hollywood hasn't changed. It's exactly the same as what it was before.
No, I can't be bothered. There's other shows. Guys, go check out all the other shows like the RIP Tour, HHN 365. They're bringing all them ones up. I think 365 do anyway. Fear and Beard, do they talk about it?
I think Fear and Beard have a quick chat of it. But if you want to listen to one, HN365, HHN365, they go into detail of all of them. So that's really it for the spec map, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'm going to pass this over to Phill now, because I think Phill knows what we're doing
Phill,
next.
yes. Guys, we are moving over to some voicemail. Basically, I sent out asking the community to get in touch with us and give us some voicemails. I'm not going to lie, I've nicked this idea from the RIP Tour. Gaz and Co, thank you very much. It's a brilliant idea. I think all shows should really do it. And if they can, well, if they want to actually, why might other shows want to shut up, Phill?
Yeah. Let's get to the voice messages.
Yeah, I'm just going to make sure so I can share the sound. I'm going to make sure the sound is in stereo. I'm going to hopefully get it up now. Can you see it, guys?
I can see it.
Okay, but can we hear it? I can't see you. It doesn't let you show people, but who cares? First one.
Hello, Epic Haunts gang. This is John Self here in the Midwest United States. I'm just responding to requests about thoughts about the Halloween Horror Nights houses at HHN 2022, I guess we're calling it this year. First, Phill is aware of this. I wasn't, that pumped for what we've gotten so much at this point. But I have to say, in talking to the people after watching the Spooky Empire event, they think the Halloween house is going to be fabulous. The team sounds like they are just really excited about it. Everything's going to be wonderful. People who have watched the 2 movies tell me they're going to make great houses for the BlumHouse combination. So maybe this year we're going to get a BlumHouse house that's going to look great. Looking forward to seeing some of you guys this year at HHN as I'm covering it for media this year. We'll see if I survive. Talk to you later. Thanks, Epic Haunts gang.
Hello.
Go on then, guys. What do you think about that then?
Yeah, cheers, John. Thanks for that. Yeah, if it's going to be half and a half, not mixed in together, I think it'll be good.
It's like when we spoke, Phil. You think it will be mixed in? Is that what you said to me? When
Yeah,
we
no,
spoke
well, no. I said to you on the phone there was no way these houses could be on their own, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I've seen both movies. I saw Thursday. I watched Freaky, and then Friday I watched the Black Phone. So it's easier for me to have that idea in my head. Well, a lot of people probably haven't even seen Freaky or the Black Phone yet, so it was going to be a lot harder. I've got to say one thing though: the Black Phone. I want that mask.
Is it not very similar to the anonymous mask, but painted different?
It's interesting, but it's 2 parts as well. You can take the top part off as well.
Oh, right. Well, I've not seen that bit, but I know when I first saw it, I automatically thought of the anonymous mask, but with teeth and horns. You can see it on the screen. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay.
The guy with the eyes that go like that. So.
Okay, well, we're going to move on to the next person now. Joe, the running joke is me and Simon still don't know Joe's surname, so it's just Joe C. At least I've got a C now. But here we go for the next person.
Boys, it's Joe calling from Maidstone. Hope you're both doing well. Me and the wife, we're going to Orlando for a week in September. We're planning on doing 2, maybe 3 nights at Horror Nights and 1 night at Howlow Scream. Do you think it's worth getting the single night tickets or waiting for the multi-night tickets to go on sale? Cheers, boys. Love the show and see you at HHN.
Just want to quickly say, Joe's got the best proper London gangster's voice I've ever heard. Simon, you can answer that question about tickets.
Well, he said Friday, Sunday, and Thursday, Friday, and Monday, Sunday, and he said he might be going.
Yeah, I think he said he's going to do Halloween Screams on a Saturday.
What I'll do, I will look up the prices, and then obviously when the tickets go on sale, we'll send you a message, Joe, straight away of which one will be better to get.
I would hold
the way
back
if it's going to be 3 nights, I still think the Rush for Fear, or even the Frequent Fear Plus, will be better than 3 separate nights.
Yeah,
I think the 3 separate nights are going to be around about maybe $270 to $300, possibly.
Hey, Gaz, what did you think hearing a proper London accent there, mate?
I thought it was Danny Dyer at first when he came. I thought it was Danny Dyer's Deadliest Men.
Sorry, Joe. I'm actually jealous of Joe's voice, mate. That is an awesome, absolutely awesome accent, I think. Right, we're moving on to the next person now. You know, from many, many different podcasts. This is Craig Lucas.
So, look, the Black Phone, oh my goodness me, absolutely looks amazing. To me, it deserves its own house, not sharing. I think the BlumHouses are a little bit poo in that respect. Freaky, oh my goodness, looks amazing. These deserve their own houses, not shared. That's just my opinion. However, I won't be going this year. I love Halloween, as you know. These 2 houses, these 2 films, though, I've never seen them. So excited to now watch them so I can get involved in Halloween Horror Nights in my own way. And I think that's what a wonderful thing you get from the Halloween Horror Night event is if you can't go, you can still sort of go by immersing yourselves in the movies that the event is based on. And then seeing people's reactions when they come out, listening to podcasts, listening to the feedback, listening to the rankings. It's super exciting. I'm not jealous. I am just super happy that people are able to go to these events again and have a amazing time. So there you go.
Well, there you go, guys. He comes up with so many good things there. I think, like people returning. If you can't go, you can still be involved with the event, like watching the movies.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've said this before, or not on here, but we have said privately. I personally think Universal, after the event, should release the houses on either YouTube or a DVD that people can buy as a walkthrough, so people can still experience them. Because like Howl or Scream, you get the same houses, they repeat them. We know that that's their model. So if you miss 3 years, you're not going to miss a house because you're just going to get to see the same house because it's there for like 4 or 5 years. Where Halloween Horror Nights, once that house is gone, it's gone.
Yeah,
they do repeats, which have done American Werewolf in London. They're now doing Halloween, but out of 31 years, they've only repeated the houses twice.
But even if like the Halloween one, it won't be exactly the same, will it?
It's a lot bigger.
They've said it's bigger. It's going to be in a soundstage rather than being in a tent.
Yeah,
or the back of the park, and it's going to get the rumor I've heard is you're going to be walking in the entrance is going to be Michael Myers' house. You're walking through his front door. Where when it was on the in the tent, you walk past it. So walking into the house does make it feel like you're actually walking into something. And I'm looking forward to the Halloween house because I never, like I've said this before. Don't kill me. I was at the 2 events. I didn't go to 24, but I was there for Halloween 4, and I didn't go in it. I just didn't. I was only there for the weekend, and I just skipped it. So,
and as of recording today, it's only 80 days until I'm there, and you guys are probably there before me, aren't you?
Yes, I'll be there 71, I think, or 70.
What's that make it? 73 for me then.
73 days, 71 days, and we'll all be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I hope they open up them bloody escape rooms at Universal Studios. Otherwise, I'm doing one on iDrive either way.
Well,
definitely.
I'm going to invite you guys both to Cabana Bay. So when they'll have some sort of
well, they usually have the bar set up, so that should be
they'll have a setup in there, won't they? So I'll invite you guys to that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sorry, I'll invite you, Simon.
I'll invite you to my private bar up on the top of Aventura.
And I'll tell you what, guys. I'll invite you to any bar on International Drive that's 10 times cheaper than any bar at Universal.
Well, it's not 10 times cheaper when I'm paying, so.
If
Simon, I believe Cabana Bay every night.
What was it?
And the Hard Rock.
what was that? The rum's free in Pacific. Sapphire Falls.
I think I'll be trying the cocktails that night. Jokes aside, though, guys, as well, Craig, mate, as you said, it's great news for the people around the world to be able to get back to the event this year, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a shame. It's a shame he's not going to be there because we do know how much he loves the event.
Yeah, you can never. If he was there, you wouldn't be able to miss him. He's like 8'10", isn't he, or something?
Yeah. But I say he's done the craziness of doing a weekend before flying over from the UK for the weekend.
Craig, I know you're listening, mate. I know you're listening. There's always ways to come out on a weekend on your own, a cheap flight. You maybe only need a flight if you contact someone called Simon.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. That spur room could be booked yet.
Oh, wait and see. But yeah, Craig, try and come out for the weekend, mate. Come do it.
You can sleep on Phil's floor, can't you?
Oh, he doesn't want to be in my room. There's bloody children and everything in mine. He can come to yours.
I'll be with my wife and son.
Okay, fair enough. Right. So that is Craig. Craig, thank you for that. Now we're moving over to Donna Lane. She'll tell you where she's from.
Hi, my name is Donna, and I am from the state of Washington in the United States of America. And I have known Phill for a bit, and this is my first time being on this show. I am so nervous about haunted houses. I don't like them. I don't like to be scared. I'm going to meet up with Phill and Simon, who I've never met, but I've talked to them several times through football and stuff like that. So I'm going for the first time to Orlando. And I am nervous about what to expect for a haunted house type thing because I don't like to be scared. Fun fact though, when I was a little bit younger, I used to work as an actor in one of the haunted houses in Las Vegas, Nevada, and had a great time. Although I did not like walking through it with no lights on. So even though I knew what was going to happen, I was still afraid. Another little known fact is that I am not a fan of horror movies. I don't like the music that is played during certain scenes. It gives me a sense of PTSD. And speaking of horror movies, the first one that I saw in probably 30 years was The Black Phone. It was terrifying. Every time that freaking phone rang, I got nervous. I had to hide. I hid underneath my blanket because I always take a blanket to the cinema. And it was just so intense. I don't like that feeling. And I went with a friend who loves being scared. And it's like, why would you do that? But anyway, what a adventure that was. Going back to Orlando, though, I think the thing I'm looking forward to the most is how the theme parks decorate for Fright Fest and their horror nights and everything else. I don't know which house I am probably looking most forward to, because I'm not a fan of horror movies, so I don't know what kind of stuff they would do, but I'm excited about going and trying something new. Hey, great podcast, everyone, and I'll see you in the fog.
And then have it as I'm going to stop the share. Oh,
Well, all I can say there, Donna, is it sounds to me like you've got a flight. You've got a fight or flight reference when it comes to horror. It sounds like you've got a flight. You're going to be dropping on the floor because if you didn't like walking through it on your own, these guys don't let up, especially even in the scare zones. They see you screaming and running, they will just chase you down the road.
Definitely.
So, sorry, Donna, but no, it's going to be fun. It's going to be nice meeting you for the first time, and you'll always be with somebody, so you don't have to worry about scaring.
So if anybody's listening who is scared, there is people who work in there who are not scare actors.
Yeah.
If you get too scared, they will take you out the houses. They have ways of taking you out we can't see, but just don't worry about stuff like that. But also, Don, I hate to tell you this, it will be decorated amazingly, and there'll be scare zones as well outside, so they'll be scaring you outside as well. So you better find some good bars to sit in.
The best analogy that we've ever been told about scare zones is it's a house but outdoors.
It's actually a selfie place now, to be truthful.
Well, it is, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's going to go back to the old ways because I don't like the new selfie zones. And if you want to take a picture of a scare act, fine. Just do it in one zone like they have done before. I need to get a picture of everyone. No, just enjoy the atmosphere. Sit in the scare zone, have a beer, and watch people get scared.
I've said for years they should have a area like a tent or something. What is specifically for selfies?
Well, they did it, didn't they? They did it in the entrance section.
They did it for Killer Clowns. They did it for Killer Clowns.
But it was literally that they had the podium for each house with a scare actor near that podium. There's your selfie zone.
Yeah, that's what I think it should be. You need something like that.
All the other zones, just leave it where they're actually trying to scare you. Because I'm not being funny, if you've got like 10 people lining up with a camera in the hand, you know there's a scare actor there. That's not very scary. And it ruins it for a lot of people. Just keep your selfies to a minimum if you can.
So talking about chickens, Gaz, are you going to be in the houses?
I'll probably be scared, to be honest with you.
Yeah, see? I think I've done one. I think one person has jump scared me in the whole time I've been, and that was because I was too busy looking at everything like in detail, and they got me that once. But generally, I sort of figure out where they are every time. What actually upsets me.
Yeah. I do the same, Phil. It's a common trait that once you do these you're looking for the scares. Like what you got to try and do is try and blank it out and just walk through it as if you've never been through it before, and you'll get scared. You'll enjoy it. They're not going to hurt you. So you've either going to cry or you're going to laugh. And if you're anything like me, you'll be laughing. I just laugh my bloody head off. It's
Actually, I'll tell you the truth. You can laugh, but you can cry at the end of the event when you look at your bill.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, you pay before the bill.
Yeah.
Before you get there. No one else we paid to get there.
So anyway, that is great. Everyone who sent in voice messages, thank you very much.
Yeah,
people in the future, we are going to ask for more people. Hopefully more people will come along and send us. I think it's a great bit of the show. As I said before, the RIP tour gave me the idea. I just want a community to be involved, not just people who listen to us. I want all us Halloween Horror Nights, Scare Fest, whatever you want to call them, haunt events. I want us all to work together and all get on with each other. There's no competition. We're just minnows to you big boys, and we just want to be out there and have a bit as much fun as you can.
Yeah. So with that, probably draw this episode to an end. So if you could do us a favor and hit that thumbs up, subscribe down below, follow us on Twitter. We're not on Instagram yet, are we? But on Twitter, Epic
we are on Instagram. I believe, don't do anything on it.
But I think there's a new one you just set up, is there?
Oh, there is. It is Epic.
Is it a TikTok?
It is on the TikToker.
Oh, go follow us on TikTok. I'm not having anything to do with TikTok. I don't know how it works.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use it basically to set up when stories come out, just quick hello, goodbye, what's going on, thing like that. And also I'll be using it around the event as well, just for quick little videos around the event.
Yeah.
So things like that.
Follow us on there, and like I said, just enjoy yourself, and we shall see you all in that wonderful, lustrous, exciting one.
Nothing.
All right.
That's not interrupting you.
No,
you
I was going to.
me.
Do you know what I'm going to interrupt? I'm going to interrupt because Simon, stay spooky.
Yeah, but I can't keep saying it all the time.
It's a great scene. I love it.
Right, see you later, everyone.
See you later.
Bye.
Hello again. Is everyone still here? Well, apparently Simon is and Gaz is gone because we've got into the part of the show now when we're going to be talking about the movies. So if you haven't seen a movie called Halloween from 1978, whatever year it came out, there are spoilers. What have you been doing? Yeah, quite frankly, we're all going to be be talking freaky, and I'm going to bring up quite a lot of the Black Phone because Simon figured most of it out by a trailer. What is a problem with modern films? So let's start with the horror house. What is going to be Halloween? What is the original movie from 1978 about Michael Myers as a young child, for some reason, decides to go psycho and stab his sister up?
Yeah, well, how'd you do?
There's first point.
But I know they understand it. That's they're showing you the background of why or what he did to become in that mental asylum. But it's like, how did they break out the asylum?
None of that was explained.
Yeah, none of that was explained. It was a rainy day. Turned up. He killed what? They grabbed one of the nurses and then threw her out.
He jumps on the top of the car, puts his hand through the window. She gets up to the other side of the car. He hits the window. She gets out and he gets in. And clearly, as the psychiatrist guy says, someone must have been giving him driving lessons.
Yeah, because it was what was it, 6, 7?
I must admit, I did like that in the movie.
Drives off.
I did like they said that in the movie. They did pull that out somewhere. Like, someone must have been giving him driving lessons here to cover that. So someone, I reckon, that wasn't wrote in. Someone sat there and went, "Yeah, guys, how's he driving if he's been here since a child?" Yeah,
but to be honest, if you've seen the film, there is some big plot holes in it. But it's an enjoyable film. It's not as terrifying as some people make out. It's creepy. I would say it's more creepy and thriller than a horror film.
Yeah.
You got the Queen of Scream, Jamie Lee Curtis, with them set of lungs that she bellows out with some of them screams at the end.
I'm probably going to upset people, but I thought she looked 30 odd in this movie.
You do? Well, that was the thing in the late 70s and 80s, wasn't it? It was like
looking older, yeah.
Well, it's Grease. We're playing 15, 16-year-olds in the mid-30s, but we won't go into that one. But that was the thing then. They never actually cast young talented actors and actresses to play younger people. They played what they'll do to cast somebody older and make them teenagers, and it works to a degree because you think about now you've got HD quality. You can tell they're not that young.
Yeah. So let's basically explain to people. So what he's done, he's broken out. He's going home where the crime was, where he grew up. The house has been abandoned since the murder. Now she gets involved, unfortunately, because she puts, for some reason, what never gets followed up, by the way, she puts a key on the doorstep because someone's coming to check the house out to come and buy it.
Yeah.
And he's in the house at the time. He looks at her, and for some reason that makes him obsessed.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. You hear the thing about it being a sister. Just 1 second.
Simon's coughing his life away. And why it's just me. Something about the sister.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. People actually thought it was his sister, but it's not. It's just a random babysitter. He's in a house over the road. He kills a couple of her friends early on, doesn't he? Tell her, actually.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't really kill anybody quite early on.
First thing he grabs a William Shatner mask.
Yeah. Yes, people. If you don't know that, the mask, if you look at it, is actually a mask of William Shatner. They didn't really have the money back then, so they just painted it white. Voila.
There you go. You can plainly see it. It's William Shatner now. But yeah, it was a terrifyingness of someone in blue overalls and a mask just standing there. Yeah. In them days, that's terrifying. Nowadays, it's every corner street. But it's obviously
not... he follows her to school and everything.
Yeah, he follows her. He creepily drives past her. One of the girls shouts it, "Oh, what you doing?" And then just slams the brakes on and then just drives off again. Just basic little tropes of.
But the bit I enjoyed, you know, the iconic picture of the behind the bush.
Yeah.
And she tells her friend, friend goes up there to have a go. He's not there. Is it me? Or would you just love to have seen him running off like Captain Jack out of Pirates of the Caribbean? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think the first 2 kills are done with his hands. I don't think he actually uses a knife.
Just to show how strong he is as well.
Yeah. And then it's just a matter of him taking out her friends slowly.
So it's the friend in the car first.
Yeah, strangles her from behind the seat.
And then we had the funky 2 get it on in bed. He does the boyfriend in the kitchen, picks him up by the throat, and then
squeezes him and then stabs him. And he does that little puppy dog thing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just stares at him and turns his head.
He goes upstairs to the girlfriend. What is the best, by the way?
Well, that actually leads me to the Halloween Horror Nights announcement when they had the dog.
Pet dog, yeah.
And the dog just goes like that.
Yeah.
It was a nice little touch, and he got the dog to do the head twist.
My favourite murder was the one upstairs, the girlfriend. He shows up with a sheet with the boyfriend's glasses on. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, yeah. It actually reminds me very similar to Beetlejuice, that, to be fair. I just stood there.
It's actually scary to think back in the day, people in the cinema would have found that scary.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
because it was new. It was new.
Yeah. Well, horror wasn't much of a thing then days, was it? It was.
No, it was cowboys.
It was a very, very niche market. Now it's still a niche market now, but it's a bit more mainstream than what it used to be.
Yeah.
And obviously we thrive on it with Halloween Horror Nights and other people. I
don't think there was any
bloody house.
Okay.
Sorry. It just felt like the house was going to be blown away.
No, this is where I get confused. There wasn't any more deaths in the show after this, was there? The movie.
I don't think so. No.
So there's not actually that many deaths in it.
No, there's not. I think there's maybe 5 or 6. He gets shot at the end by Loomis. Shoots him 6 times and carries on shooting even though he's fallen off the balcony. Still
Loomis,
shoots.
right? He's the psychologist guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but he shoots him 6 or 7 times and still carries on shooting after he's already fallen off the balcony. Right. But that's another plot hole. And then obviously the Luke over the balcony is there. They go back down. He's gone. So he's alive. So
yeah. So what would you give this film out of 10? I'd give it a 7.
When I first watched it, I probably would have given it an 8 because I've never seen anything like it before. But now, because I've seen a lot more horror films and Halloween, it drops to a 6.5, maybe even a 6.
You put it up. You put it up to a Scream, don't you? Scream's
if you compare it to modern day horror, it's definitely well below. But when it comes to iconic character, he's up there as number 10. It's iconic. Blue overalls, white mask, and a knife. It's just simple. It's a simple, and that to a lot of people is very terrifying. Some people find terrifying on just the simplicity.
And that's what it's terrifying because it's realistic.
Yeah. It's like I've always thought with Halloween Horror Nights doing the Halloween again, I had a little thought about what I would like in that house. I would like a mini street, and you walking through the street, and there's Michael Myers everywhere. I was thinking that would be a good way of doing it. To be honest, what I was watching the Universal Hollywood tram tour today, and they've got that suburban area on the tram tour. If they did a Michael Myers bit there where they just had Michael Myers, you walk through that street instead of going on the tram, and you had Michael Myers is popping out all over, that would be quite. I think that'd be a good idea to do. Whether it's been done before, I don't know, because we don't really look into Hollywood. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the house. It's not number one on my hype list yet. It's number 2 because
it's
we've only had three.
Look, for Halloween, it's number 1 on the hype list for me because it's Halloween 1, so it's number 1. Get it?
Well, yeah. It's number 2 for me.
Bad joke.
Yeah, it's number 2 for me at the moment because obviously when Halloween was being
in the houses, it's number 3 for me. Simon's coughing away again. Catching the COVID, maybe.
Oh, I nearly lost my voice last night. I had a good night. Yeah, but the Universal Monsters is number 1 at the moment. Halloween is number 2, and the Horrors of BlumHouse is number 3.
And for me, it goes Universal Monsters 1, BlumHouse 2, and Halloween 3. Because I've done Halloween houses twice, so I feel like
I've never done the that's what I was saying before. When the rumor was going around, it's going to be Halloween. I was really hoping for my fingers to be crossed for it to be Halloween 3.
Halloween 3, or I wanted it to be the new first one. What came out when they did the dungeon,
normal Halloween.
When he was in the dungeon bit and everything at the end, and they set it on fire because they had all that stuff down there. And I thought that would have looked awesome, but.
Well, that was just Halloween, wasn't it? It was Halloween, and it was Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends.
Yeah, so Halloween, that's the one I wanted from the 2000s anyway, people. I think that would have been cool. But
I still have a massive problem with that new film. What podcasters have $3,000 to give to people?
Not us. We'd be lucky if we got 3,000 listeners. Anyway, we're going to move on from Halloween, and we're going to move over to now what Simon watched it on a Friday, so we called it Freaky Friday. That's it. Yep. Freaky. Simon, you can take the lead on this one.
Yeah, it's a standard Halloween film. There's plenty of kills in it. It's some comedy because you've got Vince Vaughn, and I've never known Vince Vaughn never to do anything other than comedy. He did play a 17-year-old girl quite well. That's all we'll say.
Sorry.
The girl was quite not terrifying, but she did play the serial killer side of it quite well. So if you don't know the premise of it, serial killer at a certain time with a certain knife tries to stab somebody, but she breaks away, and then the serial killer's got 24 hours to get back into the body. Else they stay like that forever. So, or 72 hours or something.
It was pretty much a Disney type movie when people swap bodies.
Yeah, well, one's a serial killer, and
but
there's some good kills. There's some really good kills.
The favourite kill of mine was the school teacher with the buzz saw and all that.
Yeah,
with the buzz saw and everything, splitting him into half. Oh, awesome! That was a brilliant kill.
Oh, that's the wood teacher, wasn't it?
Yeah, the wood. Yeah, wood chip, whatever they call out there.
Oh, I'm thinking of Scream, man. I've got Scream.
Yeah. The one film there, mate.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the murders in this one.
Well,
I can't.
It's weird. I can't remember them. Well, it's been a while since we've watched it, but the kills are quite iconic. There's some really good comedy moments in it, so I hope they do bring a bit of comedy into it. I know people will probably slate me for that, but give it an eye. I would like to see some of the comedy sides of it, because comedy in a house, in a Halloween Horror Nights house, it's fun. Look at Killer Clowns. Yeah, Ghostbusters. Stranger Things has some comedy in it as well, so it does work. But the kills I would like to, I want to see that final. Is it the jocks at the end, where she slaughters them all at the end in that, like in a circle? But I don't think you see all the kills. You just see the aftermath. I want to see the kills.
And I call it a teeny bopper horror movie. Yeah. It's anyway sum it up. And I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. It would have been lower if it weren't for the woodshop teacher getting destroyed.
Yeah, I won't be that harsh. I'd give it a 5, maybe a 6, very similar to the Halloween, just having a different level.
This one to me, if I'm going to sum it up, is the BlumHouse of BlumHouse.
Well, all we can do is wait and see what they take from the movie and put into the house. It's only going to be 3 or 4 rooms.
No, so. I don't mean the whole house. I mean that part of it is going to be the BlumHouse of it. It's not going to be the best part of it by a mile. And that is because we are now moving over to the movie what has just recently come out and is the other part of the BlumHouse. Why is it called BlumHouse? Because everyone's saying BlumHouse House. It's like we've all got bloody...
Well, just say it as its name is, the Horrors of BlumHouse. It's easy.
I'm just going to call it the BH House. There we go. We get to the second part, where is the Black Phone. What was, for me, I didn't watch any trailers, and I went and gone and saw this at the cinema on purpose. I've got this thing going on lately. I've said to Simon, almost any movie, they're getting spoiled by trailers now. They're giving far too much away in trailers, and there's no point going and see movies right now in cinemas. Get back to little bits and let us enjoy the movie.
Yeah. Now, like I said, I saw the trailer, which is about 2 minutes, 9 seconds. You watched the film. You asked me what I thought if I knew from the trailer, and I was pretty damn close.
Right, yeah. So this film is also set in 1978. We are definitely having a 70s, 80s nostalgia through TV right now. Have you noticed the movies?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's pretty cool because they were better eras, in my opinion. It's basically set on a brother and sister who are really close in their town. There's kids are going missing constantly. One of them, he becomes his best friend who goes missing before everything gets out of control. He's the hard kid who can do like Karate Kid stuff and beat people up. He goes missing as well. Basically, they're all kidnapped by the man, the legend in his mask, who says he's a magician, and he takes them back to his house. Well, that's good. And but what happens here is you sort of get an idea early on that the sister has the shinning from Simpsons. She can dream.
Don't get copyrighted. It's called the shinning.
Yeah, we're doing that. The shinning. She can dream things and she can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Even if it's already happened, she can see it. At first, her dad didn't want her to do it. This is pretty much because he's scared the mother had it before. No clue what happened to the mother. I think she's dead or she's gone to a mental asylum. I'm not sure. But I missed that bit for some reason. So he doesn't want his daughter to go through the same thing. So he tells her to stop doing it. The brother is an absolute wimp at the time. He's getting bullied quite a lot. Kids attacking him. His sister tries to defend him and all that. She gets in the fights and that. Doesn't always go too well. Anyway, I think it's Friday night, she goes and stays at a friend's house. And while he's walking home, the magician with his shopping pretends to fall on the floor with it, asks for his help. The kid, for some reason, goes, "Oh, you've got black balloons in the back of the van." Not sure why he would do that, especially knowing that there's a nutcase around stealing people right now, kidnapping. He goes, "Yeah, do you like to see him?" As soon as he opens the door, he brings the balloons out, hides the kid behind it, gasses him, puts him in the back of the van, takes him back to he's in the basement. Right, so that's the synopsis of that. The kid's been cool. We go from here, he's in the basement. He tries to use a black phone on the wall, get it? The black phone. It doesn't work. It's been ripped out and everything. It shouldn't work. But it does. Because the kidnapper and him can hear it. Because he's also got the shinning. Different one. He's got the shin. Right. He can hear the shin. So when the phone goes, shin, he can hear it. Yeah. You eventually figure out it's all the other kids what have been kidnapped and they're trying to help him to escape. The bloke upstairs, the psycho, he's playing a game called Bad Boy. So a couple of times he leaves the door open for the kids to go up. Phone call, shin. Like, don't go up there. He's waiting up there with a belt. He'll beat you until you're basically bat and blue and knocked out. So that is the premise of this movie. The ghosts come and help. The guy's a psycho. What makes it funny? he has a brother staying in the house who's a druggie, cocaine and that.
Yeah.
And he's trying to figure out where the stolen kids are. We've been taken.
Okay, and he's literally right under his nose.
He doesn't know. He does eventually figure it out. So we're going to see all this stuff going on. You see some of the ghosts. You see some gruesome looking ghosts like floating through the air, like what's it called? That show what was on Netflix, The House with Thousands of Ghosts in.
Haunted of Hill House.
Yeah, it's got one of them scenes when the person's flying in the air, arms of all that. But they're all talking to him, telling him things to do. Towards the end, every single one of them's told him something different to do. Guess what? All these things work together to save him. It's a good movie.
To be honest, you can see if you watch the trailer. That's what I said. I said the phone is the dead children telling him what they've done to get out, and they all link together for him to escape. And the daughter, the girl, which I didn't know was his sister, until you told me, she was telling the police in the trailer she can see this, and they said, "Well, we haven't told anyone this. How do you know it?" And then I say, "Well, she's got a psychic connection with this person, and she's helping the police to find him." And that was basically what I saw in the trailer, and that's basically what the film is.
The police don't believe her at first. She figures it out on her own at first. But it's pretty much a psychological thriller yet again with a dabble of ghost.
Yeah. So,
but it's a good movie. I'm telling you what, it's one of my favourite Blumhouse movies. So Simon really can't give a mark out of 10, but I can 7.5 out of 10.
I'll give it when it becomes digital. I'll be able to get hold of it and watch it. I just don't know if I'll have time to go to whether I want to go to the pictures and watch it. I might do. I don't know yet.
It's a good movie. There's possibilities for us number 2 because the brother and sister, are they still around? Am I going to spoil that for you, Simon? No, I'm not. But seriously, one of them clearly is still around. But the people have these shinning powers. Shin, 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 shin.
You're obsessed with shins, aren't you?
No, I've got to say the shinning because if I say the shah, we get in trouble. So they both have the shinning, quite clearly a rip-off from a certain book. But isn't the bad guy in it? Isn't it Ethan Hawkins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke, he's not been around for a while. He's a very, very good actor, actually. He was very good in Training Day. That was a good film.
Yes, he's a good actor. It's a good film. And,
I think this is out of his comfort zone. I don't think he's ever done any horror thrillers before.
It's not horror in the sense when you see it, you can understand he can easily do this. But yet again, this is scary because this is yet again based on something like a murderer.
No, number 23.
It's not a silly poltergeist sort of thing, ghost going after you, a Freddy in your dreams. This is something what could happen in real life.
Yeah.
Apart from the shilling bit. Yeah. Apart from the shilling bit. How many more times can I tell you what, people, if you all have a shot for the amount of times I've said shilling today, you're going to not be going to work the next day.
Well, we're going to work for the next month.
Well, that is pretty much it. Short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the first part of the show as well. This is just me and Simon. Gaz hasn't seen any of the movies, so we couldn't do this with him, unfortunately. See you on the next Epic Haunt. Don't forget, check us out on Twitter at Epic Haunts. On there as well, we dropped the link for Anchor if you want to send us an Anchor voice message about anything what's going on at the haunt event you're going to. Also, if that's not working, people, I can personally sort this out. Direct message us on Twitter with a voice message. Can you do that on Twitter, voice message?
I don't know. You can record a message and send it, I think. But
yeah, because what I'm thinking is if I'm just going to get somebody up to see if I can see if there's no, you can't. That's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think if you record an actual just a voice clip or on your phone, I think you can link it in. I'll try it in a bit.
If you send it as a video clip and direct message to us, I can transfer that into a voice clip and put it on the show anyway. So don't think it's something because Anchor's been having problems. We do have ways around this. We can.
Or just send us a message. One of us can send you on Messenger, so we can do it that way as well.
Yeah, there's many ways
around it.
This. But thanks for listening today, guys. See you on the Epic Haunts. Epic Haunts.
I'm not going there. They're spooky people. Please stay spooky.
Bye.